Oh my god.
I know, right, Mousey? For crying out. Apparently, Vshojo is getting some hate drama against them. I don't really know the ins and outs, ups and downs of it. I've heard a little bit of stuff relating to them loosely because of affiliated streamers at the time. Apparently, it's revolving around fruit. I'm guessing this is like because I know fruit mentioned that I think she has autism or something, some kind of neurodivergency, henceforth being referred to as neurospicy. And yes, I said henceforth unironically. But if I had to guess, if I was a gambling woman, I would say that that announcement spurred a lot of bad actors to say like, "Oh, she's autistic." A lot of people just using that as an excuse and then blaming all the bad habits because of that, rather than actually, recognizing that those are separate things. You can be autistic and a good person. You can be autistic and a bad person. It's just how it is. Anyways, apparently this drama got big enough that Iron Mouse addressed it. A clip coming from a channel. Yeah, I think I moved a cable accidentally and it got all fucky wucky, but I think it's still going. I still hear the picking back up. Anyways, Iron Mouse addressed it, I think, on her stream, and a channel known as Monkey D. Mousey had clipped it. So let's see what happens.
Bro, I opened Twitter and some responded to my tweet of my concert calling me Iron Lung and put a picture of Roger from Family Guy hanging himself dead.
Very
Bruh,
tasteful
what
joke.
the fuck is wrong
What
with
the
you?
hell?
Also, why do you have to fucking post that on your sock account? Why can't you do it on your main account, you coward?
Right?
Do it on your main account, coward. You're a piece of shit. And the fact that you wasted time out of your life to do that is pathetic. And no one will ever suck your cock.
The only way it would be more pathetic is if they made that sock puppet just to do that. Like, be a normal psychopath like the rest of us and just have an account that's already been around since 2010.
I just think, to me, like, I'm just like, I hate it when people do this shit, bro. They go out of their way to, like, post dumb, stupid shit. Yeah, people don't.
That literally, they are what I like to refer to as drama frogs. People that will just yeah, she murdered that guy live on Twitch. What was I going to say? Fuck. Based VTuber calling out shitty commenter. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. And I totally forget what I was about to say. So we'll continue.
They'll like tweet at me or like respond calling me Iron Lung, and I'm like, you know what? I don't give a flying fuck, cause
Oh yeah, there's just people out there that just want to incite drama. I call them drama frogs. They want to, especially among commentator channels. It's like they will sometimes just, a lot of times, just bring in unrelated information completely, or sometimes just made up in order to get people to, turn on the person they don't like. And then sometimes they just troll, post horrible KYS stuff. Real not high school shit.
Method Man called himself Iron Lung, and I don't see that as an insult. And I fucking love Method Man and Wu-Tang Clan, so shut the fuck up. It's not an insult to me. However, the imagery of somebody being hung, that makes me sad because I know people will see that and some people can get triggered and shit. And it makes me sad. Iron Mouse Method Man collab. Bro, Method Man, where you at, bro? It's just people that have nothing better to do. But it's like they're too pussy to do it on their normal account. They gotta do it on a little sock.
Oh yeah,
You
I
got
know
one
people
guy?
like that.
I mean,
I know other people that'll like talk big game, call you a coward, but then block you and then keep responding to your tweets even though they blocked you, and then get mad when you don't like respond with screenshots and responses. Like, bitch, you blocked me. I don't care if somebody sends me a hate like they send me a screenshot of a hate message from an account that has blocked me responding to me after the blocking, trying to start. I just don't care. I'm living my best life here.
ask you a question. Why can't somebody say something? Why can't somebody say something when they see people continuously like write "kill yourself" over and over again? Like, that's not being one guy. If it's multiple people, like, why can't I talk about it? It's happening to me in my life. Ignoring it is good too. I ignore it for the most part. Like, it doesn't bug me. People tell me to kill myself every day. My answer is always no, though. I'm just like, I don't think I will, so no. So it's like, if they want to shit on me.
No, you gotta gaslight them. Maybe later. Maybe later. Maybe later. Also, yes, Mousey's model here is phenomenal, and it's so cute. I can't stop looking at the different details.
Me? Why can't I shit on them sometimes? You know what I mean?
You
A
absolutely
weirdly
can,
loud
Mousey.
minority of people hating you and Vshojo for years. No has never made any sense. They don't even watch you and don't
It's
know you guys
true.
at all.
It's dude. Oh my god. I still to this day, Alex, bro. To this day, I know you guys have seen it. That freak that posts that picture with fruit every day, every single post. That's all they post. Like their Twitter is nothing but that fucking picture. It's like, so I see that shit. I'm like, Jesus Christ, are you okay, bro? Also, like, they do.
Unironically, some accounts are just there to be hate shrines or whatever. That was Dagoth. I thought I recognized it. That is a pretty great TTS. But the real question is, how do you kill a god?
Do this, and that's not that's like their main account. Like that's a person that does it on their main, and I'm just like, if you ever get a job and they like look for you, they're gonna see you posting all that shit. Like, what do you have to say for that?
I say I'm a VTuber. I don't give a fuck.
It's just like, job, lol. They don't think that. No one thinks about this shit, but I do. I just think about like, but children can work. Some of them are adults. Like, some of them are legit adults.
There are adults VTubers? Really? I thought I was in high school again. Fuck's sakes. Like, the majority of VTubers are minors don't interact. I'm an adult. And then it's just high school drama. Literally, every Monday I'm starting up with, like, Sunday and Monday, I'm starting up with my schedule retweeting as I do. And I'm just wondering to myself, what dumpster fire has this week got for me?
A lot of people that hate Vshojo are kids, I think, are young. I don't know.
Yes.
But there are a lot that are adults that it just blows my fucking mind.
They're adults, but they're mentally children. So in this instance, we will call them children.
It blows my mind.
Not in the fun way.
The amount of toxicity and hatred for no reason. And it's so funny because people will ask them, well, why do you hate Vshojo? And they can't give you a good reason. Or like they'll
That's also honestly kind of one of my favorite things. It's like, okay, So I once tweeted out a heterophobic slur because I thought it was funny. I still think it's funny. I haven't deleted that tweet. But I did get into an argument with somebody over that. And it's like, bro, I forget where I was going with this. Fuck.
Say a reason.
Right. And the part of the argument was that they've seen me be heterophobic before, like unironically, and I was genuinely sort of taken aback because this wasn't like some random troll account. This was an account like I didn't know the person personally, but I knew enough that they are their own person kind of thing. So I was like, wait, really? Because I was responding to Elon Musk saying that cis is a heterosexual slur. And then I quote tweeted him saying that cis refers to gender, not sexualities. And then after that, I like same tweet right up below it was I put fucking Straggots, man, and that set this person off. Personally, I think it was funny because he's like, cis is a slur, and I'm like, that's not a slur, this is a slur. So yes, I fully acknowledge that I used a slur there, but I never really thought I had a running issue with it. I still don't think I have that any sort of negative bias towards straight people. I mean, my parents are straight. I respect them. It's just weird.
And then when you pointed out that it makes no sense because XYZ happens.
Right. And I was like, so can you point to why you think I'm heterophobic? Like, seriously, I genuinely want to know. And the person was like, yeah, I'm not going through months of old tweets to find one or two out of context tweets. And at that point, I dropped the Twitter argument and I was just like, okay, so there is actually nothing, and this person's just a little. Let's go with triggered. They were a little triggered that I used a heterophobic slur. And I still maintain it's funny. Just ask a chemist if the term cis or trans is a slur, and they'll look at you like you have 3 heads. Yeah. Like, some people don't realize that they actually have meanings outside of gender.
ABC, they like move they move the goalposts, they move it, they switch the standards to something else to try to justify their hatred. It is so insane to me. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. To me, I can handle those things, you know. But I know that there's
a hard pill for a lot of small VTubers to swallow is you need to be able to handle that kind of shit. No matter what kind of content you make, no matter how friendly you are to everybody out there, people are going to hate you. People are going to make hate comments at you. People are going to harass you. You're going to have to deal with it and learn how to manage, because that's the price of being a public figure in the modern day. Yay! So I do feel bad for like a lot of let's go with sensitive. A lot of more sensitive VTubers, like, they're just realizing that, oh, harassment happens no matter how much I protect myself against it. Yay. And it's like, yeah, I wish it didn't, but them's the cards we were dealt.
I know that there are girls and people that just can't handle it. Like, I wouldn't want like any of the girls seeing that shit because I know that it would affect them a lot. To me, I'm dead inside, so it doesn't really like affect me. It just gets
Oh, same girl. I was on 4chan back in the day.
annoying because it's to me, I see it as like spam bullshit that like clutters what the messages that I really want to read. I don't really take that shit to heart because I'm just like, bro, I've been through so much in my life. You think your stupid little kill yourself comment is gonna do shit to me? Please. But what worries me is the girls because I know that they all, man, I care about all these girls so much. It's crazy.
I believe that
I just don't
genuinely.
ever want them to feel hurt or sad because of some stupid person online. And I know that the person that has it the roughest is Fruit. And I care, like,
I would definitely believe that. Cause like I'm gonna be real, I don't closely follow a lot of Vshojo girls. I love catching a video by Project Melody or Zentrea once in a while. Even Mousey. I actually haven't caught much of any stuff out of Fruit, but Fruit is like the one Vshojo girl that I've heard the most about from people that tend to not like Vshojo or just kind of they don't like progressive people broadly. So, well, Fruit is very progressive and they do not like that.
it's crazy because, like, we never, like, used to connect before. And then lately, I know she feels like she can't talk to us, but it's like, I feel like we've been more open than ever with her, and it's been like an exchange, and I've learned things about her that I didn't know, and I told her stuff about myself, and I just know she has a big heart, and I don't like it. I don't like seeing people shit on her, and I just want her to be okay because she gets so much all the time.
Yeah, and like she wasn't even super duper pro boycott Hogwarts Legacy. She was like passively, yeah, you probably shouldn't stream it. And then because of that, tons of people have been saying like, "Oh, Fruit supports harassment because we can't critically think." God, don't you just love the internet? Almost as much as I love, like, genuinely, I like looking around Mousey's background. There's so many cool details. Fucking sign. Okay, I gotta play, otherwise I'm gonna keep.
Time, and she's such a sweetheart. She's so nice. So what a nice. She's such a nice person. And you know, Zen has a big heart too, and I know Zen
I
shit
believe
affects
that
Zen all
too.
the time. And Zen puts on this like exterior that she's tough and everything, but I know like she has like a very soft center. She has a soft center. She's just she's such a kind person. Yeah, she's so sweet. She always acts like she's big and bad and tough, but she's one of the sweetest people. And
She's also one of my Oshis because, like, I've been getting that vibe from her. I I like how fun she is. Zen is a lot of fucking fun, especially with the Twitter shenanigans she gets into. It's just great.
I just think she's great. And gosh darn
Oh my god, pre-watched, pre-watched.
it, if I ever see anybody say shit like that to Henya, I will fucking lose my mind. Holy shit. My little bean.
Um, Henya is probably what's keeping back a lot of those Fruit haters from being worse. Because there seems to be a large overlap of people who enjoy youth, as well as people who have extremely toxic online communities that they orbit. And they just kind of like the aesthetic of the waifu online, but they don't really care what the waifu actually cares about. They're just an anime girl on the internet. No need to think deeper than that when, yeah, you should probably think a little deeper than that. Engaging in a little bit of escapism, not a big deal. Have your fun. I'm a succubus. I don't care. But still remember at the end of the day, it's a performance. It's a show where people under these virtual costumes. Please.
Oh my god.
I know, right, Mousey? For crying out. Okay, enough of that bit.
Like, say what you want to me, but don't you dare ever say that shit to her. I swear to God. Are we getting emotional? Probably because I'm sick. Probably because I'm sick. Twitter's so toxic. Bro, everywhere is toxic. There's
Mousey, I know everywhere is toxic, but Twitter itself is a special kind of toxic because of a lot of the nicer, friendlier people that don't tell people to kill themselves all the time. They've kind of left Twitter, and that leaves what we have now with Twitter. Oh my god, I should really move to a different platform, huh?
toxicity everywhere, and it like bleeds out everywhere. It bleeds out everywhere. It's not just contained in Twitter. It's everywhere. I see.
Well, let's be real. It started with 4chan, then it bled out to Kiwi Farms. Now it's bleeding out to Twitter. Oh boy.
Shitty comments on YouTube and TikTok and even sometimes in chat too, where it's just like, okay, you know.
Yes, I'm definitely aware where she's coming from with this, but I definitely think that it's more hyper focused, so to speak, on Twitter because of the nature of the engagement with that platform. It is so much easier to keep regularly engaging with each other and just spreading that toxicity. With YouTube, yes, even I get hateful comments, believe it if you will. But they tend to stay in that one video that people are pissed off about. Aside from that, I don't really get dislike bombed. I just get my videos put out to a broader audience and people just dislike it. I mean, I guess that is my fault. I gotta have better takes, but I don't know how you can improve on perfection.
Toxicity is a virus corrupting. Listen,
True.
then sometimes like you just really want you want to respond to people, but you know you can't. You know you can't, and you shouldn't, so you don't. But sometimes,
Yeah, there are times when it would feel good to just slap back at some people, but you should also recognize the cases where if you do slap back, it's going to turn into a giant Twitter shitstorm. So it's just best to let sleeping dogs lie. Let them get their licks in. Let them feel like a big dog so that it doesn't have to blow up into something fucking gigantic. On the other hand, you really wish you slapped back afterwards. Is not simply being gender nonconforming or and having a platform put a target on you? Well, I would say having a platform of any kind, of any size, does sort of put a target on you. But if you do also come from like a marginalized background, so to speak, like a gender nonconforming person or a person with a particularly thicker accent kind of thing, because even as a VTuber, that can translate through and get you a lot of hate. People like Finster who don't get into discourse have talked about the hate mail they get. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Finn gets hate. But, oh my god, a quote from a Boy George song, how it opens the song Do You Really Want to Hurt Me? As far as I'm aware, it opens with a line reading of popularity breeds contempt. That song came out in like the 90s or something. It's been out a while, and it's just been a common phenomena that as something or someone grows in lots of popularity, there will always be people who take issue with that thing or whatnot. Oh, not saying it's new. Yeah, I figured as much. I figured we're kind of on the same page. I'm just more also sharing my thoughts to, like, in case there's anybody watching in the future that doesn't quite realize or whatnot. I'm rambling. Let's listen.
Like after you get a bunch of shit for a long time, you just have to talk about it because it's a lot. It's very stressful. I think a lot of people don't sit here. A lot of people don't think about how stressful it is to do all this shit. It's like that documentary with those people that like they worked for like Facebook or something, and every day they had to go through like horrific gory shit and comb through Facebook to like clean it up and shit, and they have.
Yeah, now they just have to clean up the child exploitation material. I am so glad I'm not on Facebook, I swear to God.
To look through gore, and it's just like after a while of seeing those things, as much as it gets to be like you gotta talk about it with somebody, you know, you gotta say something, even though it doesn't affect you in the way that you would think it does.
Yeah, it's kind of like putting down a single, like each individual picture of that would be setting down a single piece of hay on a camel. You don't know which one's going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back, so to speak. So before it gets to that point, you gotta unload that what you've been building up there so it doesn't crush you. And there can also definitely be more external pressures just beyond like people making callouts on Twitter. It could be going forward in the future, you keep getting regular comments about, hey, this thing happened. What are your thoughts on it? What's your take? Did you ever address this? Blah, 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 blah. And sometimes you can feel somewhat pushed into a corner to genuinely address something, even if you don't want to, just because it's the only thing people are currently interested. And sometimes it could be like a make or break piece of discourse sort of thing. Some people get really, really up in arms about the stuff they believe in, and I think it's good to be passionate. I just think it's also good to temper that passion with critical view, but holy shit, is critical view so uncommon.
But sometimes you just need to talk about it.
True.
As much as like those comments, like sometimes I want to respond but I can't and I don't. And it's just after a while it just gets kind of annoying, and sometimes you just want to vent and say, "Oh man, these dumbass people," you know what I mean? And I
Yeah, I 100% get that. And typically with oh my god, like 9 out of 10 stuff that turns into drama in the VTuber scene, it could have just been kept private between two people if they just talked it out, but no, they go into Twitter threads. God, I wonder when the VTuber scene is going to start actually getting into like hit piece videos. Is 2024 going to be the year, or is it going to be 2025? Who knows? Find out next time.
I think people should be allowed to say those things, because when you guys are having a shit day and you guys are doing stuff and something bothers you, I'm sure you guys can confide in people and talk to people about bullshit that you've seen. But then people expect us not to talk about the bullshit that we've seen? Like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, part of it would be you are representing the agency behind you. Like, agencies aren't really going to want to hang on to talents that are like constantly engaged in call out drama kind of bullshit. I witnessed the bread tube wars, waiting on the VTube wars. Oh my god. The fucking bread tube wars. What was I saying? Anyways, not everything does need to be made public. Holy shit. Like, oh my god. There are so many, and I know the type of channel oh no, you're fine. You're fine. I know the type of content I make, but most drama in the VTuber scene, it doesn't need to be made private, or it doesn't need to be made public. It should be kept private because there's channels that will go over it, like mine, and not all of them will have the most sane takes. Holy shit, there's a lot of terrible commentary channels out there, not just VTubers. Oh my god, like, there is actually, surprising, if you'd believe it, there is more drama within the VTuber scene than I actually end up covering. I've had, God, somewhat recently, one of my friends got into some Twitter back and forths, and it's like, fuck's sakes, this didn't need to be made public. I get that people want to be open with their communities. Hey, Nessie. But there comes a line. Oh, I don't even want to get into that. I was never planning on covering it. I never even talked to my friend about that particular drama. Oh, I'm just going to leave it. I know I'm a nosy commentary channel, but I didn't want to get into that one. And it wasn't even anything egregiously bad or whatever. It's just the kind of thing that I really don't think should be made public. I didn't want to make content out of it, so I didn't. But yeah, people love their drama. They love their trash content. They love their car wrecks. Not much we can really do to stop it. We can just try our best to provide reasonable voices. Try our best to think about each different situation critically. I know that's a very big ask for a lot of people. Thanks for watching. Like it if you like it, dislike if you didn't. Let me know in the comments why you think I'm wrong. Check out the community on Discord. And remember, if you can't be the sharpest tool in the shed, you can always be the hoe. Just want to take a quick second and thank all the beeps that have joined my channel through the memberships. So thank you, Joestar, Maxi Kitty, JM, and Hero.